Hey guys, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? Alright guys, so what happened? Well, yesterday we got to see the market plummet 251 points. We got to see precious metals also take a hit. Now, for those of you out there that follow this blog on a daily basis, none of this was a surprise to you. You all knew that this was coming. What else did you know? Well, we just found out that 15 of the world's largest banks were downgraded. Is that a surprise to you? Nope. I've been telling you guys for how long? Months? That not only was this going to happen, but that we're going to see major banks fail as we move forward. Now, I had stated in the last two videos that I did, and if you haven't had a chance to watch them, they would definitely be worth going over. 2 days ago, I did a video titled Fed Meeting, Buy the Rumor, Sell the News, and the one that I did yesterday was Insanity, Operation Twist till the end of the year, something along those lines. In those videos, I outlined that the Fed was pressed up against the wall and had to act. They had to do something because, one, they were not going to allow precious metals to rise, and two, they were worried that had they not taken action, the market would plummet. It did plummet. Now, I had said that if the Dow, and I'm just using the Dow here because we understand all the indices fell, if the Dow did not rise above resistance, it had been banging up against resistance over the past several sessions, it was going to plummet. Well, it did. Now, is this something the Fed expected? I'm not really sure. Maybe. Now, what I believe is going on here is several things. First of all, we realize that, again, the situation globally is not good. We're seeing a global slowdown. We're seeing, unfortunately, Europe deteriorate right before our eyes. And the market has been very erratic. It doesn't know what to do. And there's a lot of people out there trying to bottom feed, that is trying to catch a bottom on this market, and they're going to get hurt badly because, again, there is no way in this environment to figure out where a bottom is. Now, you have a lot of people out there talking about valuation. Forget about valuation. Sit back, look at the big picture, and look what's going on. Valuation against what? Against the deteriorating global economic conditions? Valued against what? I mean, we've never been in a situation like this before, ever, in the history of the world. So, you hear about this all the time on the mainstream media, and you hear a lot of these so-called financial experts talking about, well, it might be a really good time to get in on the market because of valuation. Forget about it, guys. I do not want any of you to buy into this. Again, I want someone to explain to me what they mean when they're talking about valuation. We are not in any type of an environment right now where you can gauge true value of a particular company or a particular company's stock, because the situation is very dire and is deteriorating. What may appear as a good valuation one day, the next day it completely is the opposite way. People need to start thinking about the markets in a completely different light. Okay, again, we've never been in this situation before. Now, again, for those of you that follow this blog, over the past several months, I've pretty much told you almost exactly the way things are going to play out way before time. As a matter of fact, way before anybody else. And that, my friends, is a fact. Again, for those of you that follow this blog, I'm telling you the truth. And what I see going on here at this particular point is continued weakness on a global level. We understand that the situation in Europe, they're asking for billions upon billions of more euros, and it's still not going to satisfy the problem. Again, they want to bail out these banks who made bad bets and put all this on the public. They want to make the banks whole, again, at the expense of the people. Now, we understand that this all started right here in the United States. It set a precedent. And now this is going global, and it will come back here in the United States as well. You have to understand, guys, the financial sector is not a place where you want to be right now. I understand that there are many people out there, again, bottom feeding, trying to catch a bottom regarding the banking sector in particular. You know, there's a saying, don't try to catch a falling knife. Well, don't try to catch it, because you guys are going to witness people lose money. I hope you're not one of them, by trying to catch this falling knife. You have to understand, guys, as a general rule, from a professional trading standpoint, you absolutely never want to get in on a situation where there is so much uncertainty. You need to see a lot of things happen before you can get in on a trade. You do not want to sit there and speculate. Okay, you have to be able to gauge where this is all going in the long run. Now, let me say this: there are a lot of people out there that trade, that look to capitalize on the short-term moves in the market. Now, let me say this: it is extremely difficult. Most people who do this fail. This is a fact. And anyone out there who's trying to pick up a little profit here and there, unless you are extremely savvy and are well bankrolled, you will lose money. There's no doubt about it. So my advice to you guys out there that are trying to trade this volatility, again, you got to be real good at this. Otherwise, you are going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt financially. And that is not what I am trying to convey to you guys. I almost never look at the short-term trends. I don't even care what they are. Personally, I've been there and I've done that. What's more important is again, stepping back from the picture and trying to take it all in. Now, you guys understand, I'm a technical analyst, but that doesn't mean that I just look at charts. That means, well, how I do it is I look at the charts to back up when I'm already thinking about the fundamental picture that is out there. And then I look at the charts and say, okay, what are you guys telling me? I do believe that charts are a language, and they can tell you a lot of things. And, you know, again, short-term trading, very difficult. What I did do for you guys out there that may be interested in this is I put together a few charts I want to go over with you right now regarding the possibility of some short-term trends here. Again, I don't like to do this. It's very difficult. In this particular environment, it is nearly impossible. You have very erratic behavior by investors. You have markets reacting on every syllable that comes out of this policymaker's mouth and then this policymaker's mouth. So what I'm going to try to do here is give you guys a general idea of where I think things may go over the next few trading sessions. Again, I could be completely wrong here, because this market is frankly completely out of touch with reality, and that's the only way I can say that, and that just tells you the mentality of the present investor. I think they have lost touch with reality. What I do believe is going to go on here is further weakness in the equity markets here in the United States. We've already seen in the overnight markets. As a matter of fact, right now it's 3 o'clock in the morning in the United States Pacific time. That's where I'm doing this video. And the European markets and the Asian markets are weak across the board. Again, there may be some bottom feeding tomorrow. People will think the market is bottoming out, and it is very difficult to predict what's going to happen. But let's give it a shot right now. So what I've done again is made up a few short-term charts here for you, and let's just talk about it real quick. This is a weekly chart of the Dow. Again, I'm using the Dow here, but I could have used any other indices. Let's stick with the Dow just for now. So let's just have a quick look at this. This is the Dow. Okay, what I want you to focus on here is this line. The Dow is now at a support level. Now you see this thing that I circled here? That is a very, very bearish sign from a technical standpoint. And if the Dow drops below this level, it will drop further. Now if you look down at these indicators, let's just go down here. Okay, this is the ultimate oscillator. I think that's bearish. This is the relative strength, bearish. Stochastics, I'm going to have to call this kind of neutral here. And this is the on-balance volume. I'm going to say that's bearish as well. So what this is telling me is, and again, the market isn't open for several hours here, but it does not bode well for the trading session today on the 22nd. Now, again, something crazy could happen, and we could see a rise in the Dow. But keep in mind, we just had a whole bunch of banks that were downgraded as well, and things are not looking good. Let's look at a couple of other charts here. This is a chart here of the 10-year government T-bill, also looking very weak on the short-term basis here. Now I did a video recently talking about what I called cracks in the bond market. Now let's have a look at this 10-year. Now it's at a very weak support level, if you ask me. As you can see by this line, this is where we are now. Now let's look at these indicators. Let's slide down here. Ultimate oscillator, very bearish. This on-balance volume, it looks somewhat bearish. Stochastics is saying it's definitely over-owned. Relative strength is moving down as well. So I'm expecting to see some short-term weakness with regard to the 10-year. Now let's look at this too. This is gold. Now gold is also not looking very strong. Let's have a look. We're at support at this particular time, and indicators are not looking good. We got some weakness here. Ultimate oscillator. This is the relative strength, stochastics, as well as on-balance volume. Now you have to understand that a lot of the sell-off that we've been seeing in precious metals is because people need to sell certain assets to cover others, and as we all know, the Dow took a nosedive yesterday, and it may very well continue that today. So we may see further weakness in precious metals. I would not be surprised. Now at one particular point, and I don't believe it's too far off, we're going to see a split. We're going to see the equity markets fall further, but we're going to start to see precious metals rise. Again, precious metals are not just commodities. They are real money, and people are going to realize that they need to get into this to protect their wealth. Central banks of the world are acquiring it faster than they ever have, and so should you. I've been urging you guys for the longest time to become your own central banks. Now I don't care about these short-term fluctuations in the price of gold and silver. You guys should be buying this as much as you possibly can afford at these prices. Will they drop? They might, but personally, who cares? The long-term trends for these metals is up, 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 and there is no doubt about it. So don't get shaken out of this, and don't buy into the nonsense that these things are going to continue to drop. If you guys haven't seen a video I put out, and this is very important, it's called Alert, X-Wave Phenomenon, a major financial event. You really should go to my channel and look up that particular video. It goes over a lot of the things that we're going to be seeing in the future. It's very important, especially for those of you out there that are new to this blog, as well as those of you that follow this on a daily basis. Again, I do this 7 days a week. It's definitely worth going over. I always urge you guys to check my channel. There's 164 videos, I believe, each one roughly 15 minutes in length, and it is an enormous amount of information there. Anyway, I'm going to end this video now, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. You'll be the first to get these videos. Please support this blog. I do this 7 days a week, and you can easily support this blog by picking up a copy of one of my books. I have 4 available on Amazon.com, 1 behind me, and 3 more as well. Please check it out. I would really appreciate the support, and I will see all of you tomorrow. You guys take care.